Hi all. Right, back with more enemy action Kharkov. So take two part 48. This is going to be. I just came straight back after copying that bit across. Unfortunately, General Field Marshal Erich von Manstein showed up and caused another German impulse. Just to scupper my plans about getting the turn finished. so so we drew. So I figured I had to copy across things. So we drew the second SS card, but it's just a Kampfgruppe card. We have decided that our Kampfgruppe is going to be on that unit there, which picks up this one, and this one. So just 3 units. As I zoom out, you can see there's a couple across here and one across there. So they three are going to be our active units. Now you can see I've drawn action cards already, but it's just because I did start and then realised that I wasn't going to be able to. Well, I would have had to copy the bit across anyway. Whether I could squeeze it into the 10-15 minutes I had left, maybe I could. So, and we checked if behind Soviet lines, obviously not. Moved to a VP hex, no. There is a VP hex back here, but we've just moved units away from this. There's no Soviet unit proximate to that, so nothing to worry about there. So these are the 3 units. We've drawn 2 cards, and they're both attack cards. We've got bold attack and strong attack. Bold attack's card number 7. So looking at that first. And yeah, I wasn't that sure that these were going to do anything or not. So we're looking in ascending order. So we've got unit 1, 2 and 5. So it'd be this guy first. This is the guy that's surrounded. This is the one that wanted the cards from the last impulse. Well, maybe. I don't know. He's got plenty of support in there, and he can trace supply now, and he's got quite a force behind him, so maybe he's not too bothered. So situational strength of active unit stack greater than or equal to 1.5 times. Well, he's a 5. He's not going to look at 7. We do. Oh no, it's not the von Manstein. It's a 2. The card's a 2. Command value 2. Yeah, I've got that wee bit open in the player read. So, well, actually, what about this? Is his best shot, isn't it? 5 against 3. However, that 3 becomes a 4 because he's got a defender adjacent to supply Soviet unit. And it's not major offensive. So it's 5 against 4. That is not 1.5, is it? I don't like 1.5 times. Well, it's not. 5 against 4 is not. It's 5 against 3? I don't think it is either. It would have to be 5 against 2.5, wouldn't it? Is that right? No. 5 against 2.5 would be 2 to 1. I don't like that one. Come on, somebody tell me how simple it is to work it out. It's yeah, I remembered now. You just divide the number. Although I still need to do that in a calculator. I know. I know it maybe sounds stupid to some of you. So so 5 against 3, I would divide 5 divided by 3, and you get that's 1.6666. So if it was just a 3, then he would have 1.5 times. However, it is 5 against 4, which is 1.25. So that's not greater than or equal to 1.5. And just want to check the situational strength adjustments again. And now, there is. It's got engineers on the combat tactic. However, none of these units have an IP anyway. So, defender adjacent to supplied Soviet unit. Defender adjacent to supplied Soviet unit. So look at this guy, he's got a defender adjacent. If you remember rightly, we moved these guys up here, so maybe just as well, because this might have been happening. Defender and unsupported hex, no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's just, actually, sorry, maybe you can't see that. There's a support marker there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he's okay. Only just actually, yeah. That was maybe fortunate. Yeah, none of the other things apply. German command car value 4 and 5. No, it's a 2, and it's not a major fencer. So that is only a 1.25 strength. So he's not going to do that. So the next guy, and it's only checking them individually. This one, well, unit and stack, but they're all single units. So it's not trying to look at all the active units with this one. So unit 2. Well, he's got the same situation, and see, just as well I've done what I've done here, because this would be 5 against 3 again, so 1.666, which is greater than or equal to 1.5 to 1. However, he's got a defender adjacent, and he's in supply. He's a supplied unit. What is it? Defender adjacent to supplied Soviet unit. Yeah. He's adjacent to a Soviet supplied unit. So he gets a +1 for that. So it's 5 against 4. Yet again, a 1.25. Not going to happen. The last guy is here. He's only adjacent to these. Okay. Bingo. Right then. So he's not got a defender adjacent. Yeah, you were all smarmy about the other two, weren't you, Grant? So that's 5 against 3. Which I magically worked out in my head is 1.6666. So it is greater than 1.5 to 1. And he's not got a defender adjacent, not across the river. Yeah, no, that is a goal. So he's going to actually look at the action for this. So I don't know if I'm terribly scared here or not. Well, maybe I should be. Right, so the action is all active units proximate to qualifying target move to target and attack. Prefer target weakest and then BP hex. Well, this is only target. All active units, this guy can't get out, he's surrounded. This is only other active unit that could come. However, I don't think so. 1, 2, 3. Oh no, that's not true. Yeah, 4, 5. Yeah, in fact, he can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He can actually be in an empty hex adjacent too. Right, I'm not so chuffed now then. And may end its moving dangerous around, which actually would be. All active units proximate to qualifying target move to target and attack. Prefer target. Yeah, we've only got one target. Okay. Right then. A couple of things I need to look at there. Well, it's saying we can end in dangerous around. So, as long as we're not putting anybody else in dangerous around. But this guy moving out here is not going to be doing that. He's not going to open up access to the town or anything. What I think I need to look at is 10.54. Well, hang on, I need to know. All active units proximate to qualifying target move to target and attack. So, yeah, we're still looking at things now. Yeah, wait, Grant, wait. Because when you move units, you move them in ascending order. So we do look at this guy first. I think what I was thinking was this guy might want to like go out and in, but we found our 2 active units that are going to move into the attack. So we do these in ascending order. So he is considered first. And I mean, my guess is he's moving the empty hex. So hex it would cause around a hex not a well, here we go again. That's got to be wrong. Surely. I feel like overriding it this time because A hex not adjacent to a German unit, adjacent to the same Soviet unit. This guy can reach 2 hexes adjacent to this guy. This one, which is adjacent to a German unit adjacent to the same Soviet unit, which he'd rather not do. Or this one, which is not adjacent to a German unit adjacent to the same Soviet unit. So that's where he wants to go. So now they're both attacking from the one hex. Whereas if it was me that was doing it, now I'm not saying I'm any expert or anything like that, or any kind of special, you know, you've seen some of the dumb moves I've made already, but I think I'd be one to attack from 2 hexes. Like I say, I don't know, I mean, I would like to think John's been about quite a lot and he's been answering questions, so I can assume he's maybe busy doing other things just now, and you know, could be anything. I can only really wait until we maybe answer somebody else's question and then maybe put the question up there again, or somehow bring it to his attention. Because this is feeling wrong. Well, hold on, Grant. You just said that this unit could maybe alter its move as well. So going by the rules, that guy would go into there, right? So let's just have a look and see if this guy might go out and in. Because already adjacent. Yeah. During a German attack action, a participating German unit already adjacent to the target will move to a different hex adjacent to that target if doing so causes the Soviet unit to A, become surrounded, or B, become flanked. Oh, come on, don't stop there. Give me C, an empty hex, please. Because he's not flanking him. I'm not surrounding him, and I mean, you can see what I'm talking about probably. I'm wanting to sort of say, right, I can get in a better hex here. Oh, can he flank him? No, he can't, because there's no gap. But he could certainly go 1, 2, 3 into this empty hex. And not, you know, if I draw a 1 hex attack chip, it makes me look kind of silly for doing that, what we're doing. Well, it makes the Germans look a bit kind of silly, but I mean, it could be one of these ones that's got a reason. And the fact that Tom was the only one that replied and said, you know, he had played it. Going by him, he had played it that he would have moved into this empty hex. I'll have a look at his post again, actually. Okay, I just thought I'd give you something to look at. That's my other shelf of games. Just, I know some people find these things quite interesting. John Brown commented on liking to see some things. So yeah, not so many war games in there, but yeah, just my collection. Yeah, I think you've seen most of the ones in there. And the only reason I'm doing that is because I've had to move over the computer to read this. So Tom's response to my question, and you know what I'm talking about. He says it looks like priority is B, not adjacent to German unit, you know, blah blah blah, and C, empty hex, should be swapped. I'm pretty sure I've always played it that way, he says. Though maybe not. With B priority, you're likely to get intermixed formations. You're likely to get intermixed formations in a stack, which will mean that those action cards, considering unit stack, are more likely to find the target. Right, that's a good point, I suppose. You know, you can see that but he does say he suspects that he may have always played this wrong, because it looks like he's went for the empty hex all the time. Now he was in the play test. I'm pretty sure he was. So yeah, and then he says maybe I was led astray by Soviet AI, which tends to spread units out where possible. German AI can advantageously stack units when turning to counterattacks. Okay, so well, I can only just follow what it says in the rules, and then just hope that I've got it right. Okay. Okay, so I'm just going to stick to what is in the rule book, player aids, and yeah, I mean, I definitely did check the rule book, didn't I? I would have done. That's the first thing I would have done. Surely. To see if it was worded differently. Oh no, of course it's 10.54 I'm looking at, isn't it? Which is from the rule book. Yeah, because that's not on the player aids. Yeah. Okay. Right, so it does indeed mean that this guy would come to here. Now, Unit 5, I mean, would only, according to this, already adjacent during a German attack action, a participating German unit already adjacent to the target will move to a different hex adjacent to that target. If doing so causes the Soviet unit to A become surrounded or B become flanked. And that's as far as it goes. Well, it's just turning the page there because it actually finishes there. Stacking limits apply. Yeah, well enough, both these units are 3 steps, but 2 units, 3 steps, 6 steps is fine. Yeah, okay. So yeah, I'm going to have to go with that. That's all I can really do. I get the feeling still that we're going to see a change to that. Something's going to come about with that, but it will mean that there's 10 strength here attacking against our 3, so that's still going to happen. However, the ironic thing could be if I draw a 1 hex attack and then the Germans kind of lose out. But maybe Tom's point about mixing all the units on top, it could be that. That's a fair point. Okay, so all active units, probably some of that. Yeah. May end move in dangerous surround. Well, like if he came down here, he would have been in dangerous surround from the 6th Army unit, but he stopped there, so he's actually not in dangerous surround either. So I suppose there is that. So if greater than or equal to 5 steps, attack and break off combat at A2, yes. Because he's got 6 steps. These guys are both attacking. Now, they're getting combat engineers. I've not got an IP, so it's 10 against 3. I think it adds 2 strength, doesn't it? I want to say it adds 2 strength. It's not an IP. Please make it just 1. I think it's 2. It is 2, isn't it? Come on. German attack. Remove an IP from the defender if present prior to resolving combat. If no IP is present, instead add 2 to the attacker's combat strength. Oh, and the defender. Well, I'm not going to cards anyway. The defender may not play combat. Oh. Did I misread that? That's a Germans. Yeah, I thought did I read that wrong previously? Remove an IP marker from the defender present prior to resolving combat. If no IP present, instead add 2 to the attacker's combat strength. The defender may not play the combat engineer's combat tactic in this combat. Yeah, that's what I thought. What was the one we had recently that I wasn't allowed to play a combat tactic? Or is that the one I've read and got it wrong? They played intelligence? No. I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking of something wrong. Right, so, well, we've no cards to play anyway, so. However, he's now going to go from, what was that? He was, hang on to straighten things out here. Yeah, so he was 10 to 3, so 3 to 1, but he's got combat engineer. Well, you've got to draw another card as well, Grant. Let's do the procedure properly then. Right, so these two guys are attacking. Yeah, they are. Right, so procedure, determine target attacking units. Apply combat tactics, call for the action card, and then draw one German command card and apply its combat tactics. So, right, it's 10 to 3, but they're playing combat engineer, so it's actually 12 to 3. And that's the thing, he's jumping up from 3 to 1 to 4 to 1. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4 chip pools, 4 chip pools plus the engineer, so he's got 5 chip pools. So that's what stands at the moment. And he's now going to draw a combat tactic as well. So here we go. Screen, so defense only, right, doesn't apply then, so at least there's no more misery. No, that's defense only. Yeah, he doesn't get that at all. He doesn't get that as a chip pool, does he? No. It needs to be doing something. They definitely changed that, but I don't think that would have applied before anyway. It's defense only. No. Well, I'm not even going there. I'm not even going to look that up. So now we can play. Yeah, I think that's. Yeah, he doesn't get an extra chip pool for that. And the same, if he had drawn combat engineers right now, it wouldn't have benefited. Whereas in enemy action or den, I believe you got an extra chip pool when you drew multiple copies. Like if you drew two artillery tactics would give you 2 chip pools. They changed in this game, and I think wisely so. It sounds a bit off. So no extra chip pools for that then, right? We can play a combat tactic at our option. Well, our option is we've no cards in hand, so we'll not do that. So and then we're going to draw chits, right? So 4 to 1 odds, 5 chip. Do we have armor? Oh, we've not even got armor. This is mechanized infantry. This is getting worse. This has been a horrible turn, and I fear this could go bad as well. Really. Right, so there's 6 chits. There's 6 steps. Right, here's something you'll see then that's strange, and always remember it coming up once for me at least. In any action or den, we've got a maximum chip pool of 5, and we've got a minimum chip pool of 6. No, I'm talking rubbish. Yeah, there's a defender, Grant. Ooh. You can get that though. Let's just say. Let's just say the roles were reversed, and I was having this weird moment where I thought, right, I'm going to attack these 2 guys. So I've got 2 chip pools. So I've got a maximum of 2 chip pools, and I'm attacking this stack of 10 strength. Crazy, I know, but it's got 6 steps. So you would actually have a minimum of 6 chip pools and a maximum of 2. Well, you actually draw the 6. I'm pretty sure that's right. I'll find out if it comes up, but yeah, that's not this case, Grant. I just kind of threw me there. I was looking at all the steps, thinking, oh, we're going to draw lots of chits, but they are going to draw 5, and at 4 to 1. Right, the minimum is going to be 2 then, right? Okay, that's it. Let's get it right, Grant. So minimum of 2, and then they'll individually draw chits after that until they eliminate us, or they're going to break off at A2, or they draw all 5. Okay, so let's get the minimum of 2 and we'll see where we're at. Just looking at the first chit, I actually thought I was forgetting. I was thinking it was 5-1 he had, and I was like, oh, you're kidding, D2 already. And then I thought, what's on the back? Less than 4-1, and then I realised no, we've got 4-1. But if you recall, right, sorry, got a phone call. What do you know? So I was saying, yeah, it's not 5-1, but if you hadn't played the combat engineers, it would have been less than 4. It would have been 3-1. It would have been less than 4-1. So we would have had the hit on him. But however, not to be. Right. So second of the minimum is. Ugh, dear. Right. Well, we're getting a hit each this time. It's a 2-1. So 1 hit each. And so he's got 3 more chits to draw, and he's going to carry on because, see, if he had less than 5 steps, he would have broke off it now at A1. He would have stopped drawing chits, and we would have just took 1 hit each. But he's not there yet because he's got 6 steps. So he's going to keep drawing until he gets A2. Right, so I'll just keep it rolling and we'll get the next chit. Oh, no, stop it. So that's going to count 2, so D2, well, it doesn't eliminate us. We could retreat twice, become dispersed, and so 2 more to go. Oh, no. Right, well, we're going to stop here anyway, but this isn't good. That's D3. Oh, I'm getting smashed about. I'm gonna. That's annoying because that, if you hadn't had that engineers who were at 3-1, that would have applied. That would have been it. We would have took 1 hit and he would have took 2, and it would have stopped. Right, so we're now at A2, so he's going to break off there. But unfortunately we're at D3, so right then. So 3 hits to us, 2 hits to him. Okay, so this is going to be another loss of a unit. And I think we have to retreat, so probably just retreat back into Kharkov. So yeah, this is going to be the last impulse anyway. So retreat to satisfy the first step loss, and then retreat again into Kharkov, satisfying the second step loss, and then the third step loss I have to take. Sorry, the third hit. Satisfy the first hit, satisfy the second hit, and then satisfy the third hit with a step loss, and then this guy becomes dispersed. So we're going to have to eliminate this infantry unit. So he goes in the eliminated units box. That's our third hit taken. This third tank unit ends up back here. I'm just going to put normally I would put him underneath, but I'll just put the disperse marker on top of him. Because he's going to lose that at the end of the turn anyway. So it's not, the unit underneath is not dispersed, it's just him. But so, and then they've got to take 2 hits. Can I deal with this here? I've still got 1 unit to look at. It's just, I kind of need to take a break just now. Okay, well, I'll hopefully just keep things on pause just now and come and finish this before the end of the night, right? Oh, come on, Grant, finish the combat at least. Right, okay. 2 hits to take. Sign the hits to German attackers. First hit, remove a step. Right, they're both the same. He's the highest selector number, so he's the one that's going to take the hit first. What I'm looking for, DLDR. What's that guy there? Well, the good thing is it drops only a 3 strength. So he takes the first hit. I'll just put him underneath. We never got any 1 hex attack chits there, did we? Grr. Right, so that satisfied the first hit. And then what they want to check on the second hit is if attackers' steps are less than 4, well, they're 5, disperse. Otherwise, remove a step. Ooh, okay. If attackers' steps are less than 4, yeah, just let me check that again. Second hit. If attackers' steps are less than 4, no, they're 5. He would disperse. Yeah, because I've got that many more steps, they're wanting to keep alive, and this is actually good for us. And I suppose this could be another little one that, you know, because this is the last impulse. Then again, he will get to advance after combat, I suppose. You know what? We're getting beaten up left, right, and centre, so we're just going with it. It doesn't tell you anything about. You're looking for things that aren't there, Grant, I think. German break-off. Sign of hits to German attackers. If the attacking units now have less than 4 steps, disperse all attacking units. Otherwise, assign the second hit as a step loss. Okay. And then apply a German step loss to the unit with the most steps among the units. You've got to assign them evenly as well, I think, for both of us anyway. But he would do that, so he's going to take another hit. So I suppose that's not the worst part for us. We've actually been able to, right, what is that? H, LH, right, and he's a 3 strength as well. So that was their 2 hits. So they did take 2 hits themselves. Right, so advance after combat. Check 1 at a time and ascend in order. Right, that's 11 and then 13. Into first that applies. VP Hex, no. Hex enabling supply, no. Where is it we're going? In here, yeah? Yeah. It's here and here. I usually like to leave a wee cube there. VPX, no. Hex enabling supply, no. Hex causing surround. No, it's not, is it? No. And then forward direction. These are to get an auto advance. It's not in the forward direction. So adjacent to forward direction, I think it is. There's the forward direction. It is adjacent. So we'll roll a dice, and on a 1 to 7, because there's no units already advanced, a 1 to 7 we will advance. This is with unit selector number 11. Roll the 4, so yes, he will advance. Now, second hex advance, possibly. Not so sure he's going there though. Check highest chance of advance. Unit and hex and German supply won't advance. You know, advance and surrounded hex, no. And unit won't advance if doing so causes Soviet proximity to empty garrison towns, city hex. No, none of that's going to apply. Mechanized won't advance in the marsh. Right. Okay, what's the best chance of advance? No forward arrow. Hex causing surround. What doesn't surround that guy? Does that hex? No. No. No, it doesn't, Grant. So none of these apply, and it's not adjacent to forward arrow. So it's another route. So no, he's not going to advance again. This guy is advancing adjacent to forward arrow, and there's already a unit there. So he's only going to advance on a 1 to 3. He's rolled a 6, so he's staying put. Okay. Well, I think that's it. No, we're not finished, are we? We've still got this unit to look at. And however, the bold attack, we checked him first. Right, if we've checked a bold attack, a strong attack's not going to do it, is it? Active unit stat, other active units. He's on his own this time. He's not got 4 times the strength. Okay, can we finish the turn? If we are quick, maybe. Well, you know what? I'm going to have to come back and end the turn anyway, so I'll just take a pause, but I'll just leave things on pause, hopefully, and we'll come back and get this impulse finally finished, and then the end of the turn put to bed, I think. Okay, I'll be back shortly, okay? Right, hi all. I just had things on pause there though, so I'm pretty sure this is just a continuation. Not quite sure where I'm at though, because there was a couple of cuts, and I think this is still part 48. Yeah, because we moved on. Yeah, there's been a lot of jumping about, and I was trying to rush things, and I'm a bit panicky that I'm maybe not taking everything into consideration here, because I know I was trying to rush the end of this, and I shouldn't be doing that. Anyway, we did carry out this attack. These 2 units got reduced, which that was a nice thing for us, but we did lose another unit, first of our 3rd tank unit, so and there's now a gap here coming through, so yes, we are going to have to watch. However, hopefully this is the turn coming to an end. I don't think anything else can happen. We haven't had an activation on this. This unit's still active. He is surrounded. We've drawn the 2 cards. So I'm pretty sure it's a case of just moving through the steps and not probably doing anything more. But we'll just double check. So that was that's step 4. So step 5 is move to a hex that removes danger. Well, it can't move. It's surrounded. Step 6 is move. It's surrounded. Step 7 is move. It's surrounded. Step 8, if not adjacent to Soviet unit. Well, it is, but it can't move anyway. Remove disperse. Yeah. I was kind of confident I could probably just run through that and finish it, but I did have to go at the time anyway. So, and we've got a couple of bits to finish off the end of turn. So yeah, that guy can't do anything, but we have completed. We'll have at least done something. These 2 units activated, so I don't know, I'm a bit sniffly here. I just had a bit of a sneezing fit just before I put the thing on. Okay. Right, well, there we go. I'll just open things out there again. That's the last German impulse of the turn. I managed to squeeze 2 in at the end there because of General Field Marshal Erich von Manstein. Yeah, nasty piece of work, that. Well, I don't know about anything about him personally, I suppose. 6 cards left in the command deck. So, yeah, we've done a bit better there, and could have been better still, I suppose, for that, if it hadn't been for that that extra impulse at the end. So there's as much as I can squeeze in of what's going on. Yeah, like I say, bit of a gap in here now with 2 or 3 units showing themselves. They will need to watch, though. They don't want to leave a gap to this as well. So, and then down here, well, this blunder, this guy's going out of supply, so not chuffed about that one. Yeah, anyway, okay. Right, so end of turn steps and phases, and it's just the back of the rulebook I think we need. End of turn phase, so from turn 4, check for victory or defeat. Well, lesson 15 this time would give a German strategic victory. Now, I never looked at that the whole turn, But I suppose I was on 23 and felt confident. Well, felt sort of confident I was going to stay there. There was a chance of us losing this one anyway. And yeah, gonna have to watch next turn anyway. Kharkov's under threat. So yeah. But less than 15, yeah, and then greater than 25. We've got 23. Also, it's got the asterisk that requires us to own one of the cities. The cities that are asterisks there, so we don't have that either. So it's okay, we can skip by that. Return all combat chips to the cup. There's quite a lot of them we've taken out this time. So back in they go. That's that done. Remove all dispersed and from 5 turn onwards forward support markers. Okay, well we know there's a. I'll just do this at long range. There's a forward support marker, so that's coming away. So we will need to rethink that part of things again, because we've got quite a lot of units outside that zone again. Kind of looks to me like we probably might well want to put that out again, I think. And then disperse. Well, this unit was dispersed. Oops. He managed to survive, but so he was dispersed. So third tank unit in there beside that. 69th Army unit. And Kharkov. Was that it? That the only dispersal we had? Yeah, it was, wasn't it? Yeah, that's all I can see anyway. Remove German garrisons, unable to trace reserve supply. Well, we haven't seen much more in the way of garrisons, were we? There was 3 in this area. Reserve supply, not a problem, not a problem. Yeah, not a problem. There's still maybe, well, I think there's still 1 up there, not a problem. But I don't think there's any over this side. Yeah. I think the action cards started getting brought out, didn't they? The ones that deployed the garrisons, so yeah, okay, so that's fine. Turn 6 to 12, we're not there yet. Well, actually, we're just about to. Ground condition marker. Well, that must start on game turn 7 then, I would imagine. So we'll see that at the end of turn 6. Okay. And then advanced game turn marker to next calendar space, which we will. So we're moving on to turn 6, which is February 16th to the 18th. And Germans get some reserves, we do not. Okay. Right, well, yeah, I was hoping to maybe get a little more done, but you know what? I mean, unless I set the start of the turn. Well, you know what I'll do? I'll see how much, because I'm not quite sure how much this is making up video time-wise. And if it's short, I could maybe like do the start of turn stuff. Right, okay. If not, it'll be the next part though. Okay, so I'll cut it here and upload and have a look. Right, so I'll be back soon. Cheers.